We have been discussing that with you, that it was at the same time could be a landing pad for for you.
Yes.
My question is, how has that developed? How has the use of the labyrinths, as it has been done in these last few years, how has that, let's say, being a landing pad or possible landing pad, how has that developed? Is it still?
It is about 57% of the way there.
57%.
Yes.
Okay. And what do you think we could, we and maybe those who are here and have the availability today to walk this labyrinth,
use it, and in using it, let go of all preconceptions and old beliefs. Let go of your typical orientation. Let go of ideas and definitions that do not serve. Let go of who you think you ought to be, and just be who you are.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
There are two more questions from our listeners. Can humans have intimate romantic relationships with aliens?
Depends upon what you mean by intimate and romantic.
Can you share with us the kinds of relationships that humans can have with aliens?
Regardless of the form, the spirit and the heart are always the same.
And?
What more is there?
Well, okay, so, I don't know, can you just elaborate on it a little more? I mean, about how...
What do you want me to do, light candles?
Well, if it had helped bring some light to the subject.
Oh, light?
Well, let's see. Well, for example, I guess in a way, you know, humans have hybrid children. So those are parent-child relationships between humans and aliens, right?
In a sense, although remember, the idea of the Greys that are creating the hybridization program is that they are actually mutated humans from a parallel reality. So all of the genetic material is actually human.
Okay, so is there a way that, I guess a lot of people who have hybrid children are really interested in linking in with their children or feeling that relationship a little more strongly?
Yes.
Do you have suggestions or ways that they can attune themselves to that vibration?
Yes. When they go to sleep, ask the child to send them a consistent single image that represents an object that would be an object tuned to their belief system of the parent that would allow them the best opportunity to tune to the frequency of the child.
Okay. That sounds fun.
And you can do that for any relationship with an extraterrestrial.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, we have our next questioner, so thank you, Bashar.
Yes.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Good day to you, too. I am extremely pleased to be interacting with you.
We are extremely pleased you are there.
Thank you. I'm at a point in my life where many things have manifested and I have dissolved, transmuted many beliefs.
Yes.
Probably the next step in my life is to move forward in terms of following my highest excitement as far as career.
One moment. Is that the next step, or is it only probably the next step?
Well, you're right in that it's probably the next step.
Then it's not yet your excitement, is it, to do so?
It's pretty much clouded by a filter, a fear filter.
And the fear would be a fear of what?
What I have most recently identified is the fear that the universe would not support me in what I would like to do. Excuse me, one moment. I know you can't tell from your side, but everyone on my side is laughing.
One moment. We will let things calm down.
I'm glad that I've been so entertaining.
Yes, thank you. You're all better than motion pictures, of course, for us.
I know it's a ludicrous belief.
It is not that it is ludicrous as a belief, as much as it actually is impossible.
That's what I'm coming to accept the realization
Now,
of.
you can have the experience of not being supported by creation. That's real as an experience. But you cannot actually not be supported by creation. If you were suddenly not supported by creation, you wouldn't exist enough to ask the question.
Yes, I
You understand?
Yes, I do.
So the very fact you have the ability to ask the question, am I being supported? I don't think so, means you are being supported.
Yes.
So, the idea is that the universe and creation always supports you in everything, including in the belief you are not supported. That's how supported you are.
Yes.
You're even allowed to believe you're not supported. But by definition, if you weren't really supported, you wouldn't exist. So that ends that conversation.
I'm glad.
So the question is not, will the universe support me? Of course it will. The question is, what are you asking the universe to support you in?
Following,
it will support
yes.
you in whatever you tell it to support you in, as it always does, because it can't do anything but do that. If the universe, if creation stopped supporting you for the tiniest fraction of a moment, the entirety of creation would collapse because it would have stopped supporting itself.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So, what would you prefer creation to support you in instead of what you have been insisting that it support you in that you don't prefer?
In knowing myself, understanding what that means, understanding how I'm an aspect of all that is, and being able to teach this.
Well, in what way would you see yourself doing that? In what way would be an exciting methodology for you to express what you say it would excite you to express?
Some I see a synchronistic interplay with people where there's someone who is attracted and we end up in a synchronistic conversation.
All right. Be more specific. What does it look like? Describe an actual physical encounter in which this occurs. Don't leave out any details. You know how we love detail.
I guess I'm in the hot seat, so I'm going to have to think of this.
So you are not allowing your imagination full reign.
Yes, I understand. These are things I've not practiced.
One moment. Or 5. Remember, when you allow your imagination more free reign and you come up with an image of something that is truly representative in your mind's eye of what symbolizes to you your ideal preferred reality, remember, don't insist that the image your mind came up with is the way it must appear.
Yes.
Here's the paradox. Your physical mind, we're going back to this, is only capable of imagining so much. It cannot know how something is actually going to happen. Sometimes the image your mind conjures up, given to you by your higher mind, may be the best way for that to happen in your life, and it may come true, as you say, in almost exactly the way you imagined it. But that can be misleading, because that gets your physical mind with its habit-forming habit to think that it always has to be exactly what you conjure up, or it's not working. But here, again, is the secret. That's only a symbol. It's only for the purpose of generating the energy, the state of being of what you prefer. Just because you created a way in which it looks doesn't mean it actually has to look that way to give you what you want. So if you use that vision, you use that image, you use that symbol, as a representation of what you prefer, but don't insist it has to look that way, then you allow your higher mind to actually bring it to you in a way that actually could be better than you imagine. Because what to the physical mind may seem to be the highest possible way it could manifest, to the higher mind is the lowest way it could manifest. What to you is the ceiling, to the higher mind is the floor. So just use it as a guide, as a template, as a symbol to generate the feeling that it would give you if it manifested the way you imagine. But let your higher mind surprise you with ways in which it could manifest that are actually even better than your physical mind is capable of imagining. Does that sound like fun?
Yes, it does.
Does that help you open up to your excitement a little bit more?
Yes, it's
Yes?
giving me the desire to want to play with imagination.
All right. Do you believe that if you give over and play with your imagination and actually act on your excitement, that you will be capable of being supported in your life?
Yes, because
All right.
I have much evidence of other aspects of my life that have been supported.
And
I think,
if that, then why not that?
because I think I've had some very deep-seated beliefs
Yes.
that have told me otherwise.
All right. And do you have them now?
They're
Hesitation means yes, a bit.
but
But that's all right. All
they're-
we're saying is that if you act to the best of your ability when you can,
Yes.
on your highest excitement, then the process that will come up will be the process necessary to bring those other beliefs to your attention and get you to integrate them.
yes,
That's also what excitement does. That's why we say it's not only the driving engine of your life, it's the organizing principle. It will bring you whatever else you need to look at within yourself that requires integration within your consciousness.
Yes.
So it's a perfect, self-contained, self-accelerated, self-expanding mechanism.
yes, I understand.
Does that help you?
Yes, it helps immensely.
Thank you.
May I ask one more question?
That was a question.
Yeah. I have a lot of synchronicity with numbers,
Yes.
multiple numbers.
Many of you do.
What is,
Many of you do. Many of you set that up for yourselves as a check to make sure your synchronicity is working.
aha,
So, in a sense, it tells you, yes, 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 it's working. Yes, stop checking. Yes, all right. Yes, okay. Yes, it's working.
that's what I tell myself when I see these numbers, so there's my reality.
Yes, because it's easy. It's easy in most of your belief systems to manipulate synchronicity with respect to numbers. So you do
Yes.
it to show yourself, oh, yes, I got a handle on that.
I
So it shows
understand.
you over and 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 over again. Yes, you are a master of synchronicity. Look how easy it is. Now apply it to something you care about. You follow?
I'm following. Hopefully, eventually, I'll get the ding on the head.
You will. And when you do, your number will be up.
Thank you, Bashar. My immense love to you.
Hi, Bashar.
Andy, you good day.
I have a question about fear and trying to, I guess, remove your fear to move on to the next step.
Well, you transform. In other words, listen, you are a 100% energy, all of you. You only have one energy. When you filter that energy through belief systems that are in harmonious alignment with your true self, you experience the sensation called joy, love, passion, excitement. When you filter the same energy through belief systems that are out of alignment with your core self, you experience the same energy in the sensation you call fear. So fear is a friend that tells you, hey, you're filtering your energy through belief systems that are not what you prefer them to be. So I'm bringing them to your attention through the mechanism called fear. It means you have a misalignment between your belief and what you prefer in your heart, in your core that you are. So the fear is like someone knocking on the door saying, message, sir, you have a belief that doesn't work for you. This has been the fear delivery service. Thank you, fear. Here's your tip. Have a good day. Now you're no longer afraid of fear because you know fear brings you information you need to be more of yourself.
Okay, so I have another part to that question. So
Yes.
I was thinking about teleportation, for example.
Yes.
And I identified all these reasons why I possibly couldn't do it. I may get lost someplace, I may get stuck someplace,
Yes.
it may not work, etc., etc.
Yes.
So now that I've identified those, what's the best technique to actually
Would
analyze?
you like a mantra that works for us?
Sure,
2 words, that's all. Very powerful. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yep,
All right, here they are. Are you sure you're ready to receive these 2 words?
I'm very sure.
Oh, all right. Here they are. So what? So you get stuck in a wall. So what? So you die in the process. So what? You're an eternal being of spirit.
That's a bit of a problem for me, though.
Why? What do you care?
Well, I guess I do. And
Why? I'm asking you why. Why do you care? Why do you care?
Because I guess I'm not completely convinced that I'm an eternal being.
Ah, thank you. Very well spoken. Now then, let's take this one step at a time so your logical mind can follow. Do you exist?
Yes, I do.
What is the only quality existence has?
Energy,
No.
life.
The only quality existence has is to exist. It's the only thing it can do. Existence can only simply exist. It only has that quality. That's all it is. It's purely that quality, existence. It can't become anything other than existence. So if you exist, you can't become non-existent. It can't happen. You can change form, but you cannot become that which does not exist. Non-existence is already full of all the things that will never exist. There's no room in non-existence for the things that do exist. You follow?
I follow, yeah. But I guess still my logical mind is still the barrier that I have to get through.
Do you exist?
I do.
Then how can you stop existing?
I can't.
Well, then, it's not your logical mind that's having a problem. What part of your being is having a problem with this?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to go back and think about it.
No, thinking about it won't help. Because your logical mind gets the point. So what's thinking about it going to do? I think you have to have an experience. You have to have an experience that is the equivalent of ego death. So that you know that once you have had ego death and you still survive, then you know you always will. You won't just, in a sense, know it intellectually, you'll know it viscerally. Would you like an experience of ego death?
Actually, I thought I had already had several. I've had out-of-body experiences, etc., and I thought that would have been similar.
Yes, but obviously it hasn't done the trick, yes?
No, it hasn't.
All right. And you know why? Because that's not an ego death. That's an ego vacation.
Okay, so what's an ego death?
An ego death is getting to the point where you really, really experience the idea that you actually are going to be completely and utterly annihilated, that there'll be absolutely nothing of you left in existence, and then suddenly you find you're all that's left. You're all that is.
Okay, so I'd like that experience. So how does that happen?
Ask for it and it will be given to you.
Okay.
All right?
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I am writing a book about working in the quantum field.
Oh, all right. Congratulations. Is that exciting?
Yes, very exciting.
Oh, thank you.
I wondered if you would perhaps share some insights and guidance in this area, and I would also like to ask if it is possible to provide a download or an adjustment to my consciousness to help me with this task.
Have you heard us speak about the idea of teleportation in the sense of relocation through vibratory locational variables?
Yes.
Is that something that you can get more inspired about within the context of the work that you are doing?
Yes.
Then that's the direction to go in.
Teleportation.
The idea of understanding that an object does not exist within a location, that a location is a variable that is part of the frequency signature of an object, and that when you change the location signature variable, you will automatically change the location of the object.
Yes.
So explore that further, and you will open up a whole new understanding in the quantum field.
Non-locality?
Repeat.
Non-locality.
Non-locality. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does that help you?
Yes, and what about what about a download or adjustment to my consciousness, the second part of my question?
When you are in a state that is a channeling state, when you are working on the book, when you are getting out of your way and not overanalyzing it, in that moment, if you just open up, it will come. More and more, more and more, more and more. The downloads can come in such a manner as to occur very rapidly and then require some time period to actually write everything out that you have received in the download. But if you simply center yourself, take a deep breath, get in touch with the energy of the fact that you really enjoy doing this, and stay in that joy and let all the analytical information go by the wayside for a moment, in that blank, neutral space of joy, you can then best receive downloads that will then suddenly pop into your analytical mind as information to be processed. All right?
I understand.
Now, one moment. Do you have a favorite piece of music?
Absolutely.
And that would be what?
It's actually a music that is created for the moment. I play the electric violin.
All right. Are there some specific chords that really allow you to feel totally and utterly centered?
Absolutely.
All right. That is your best vibrational state for receiving downloads. All right?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.